Yo, what is going on, everyone? This is Steven, aka Poketechnician, and today I am bringing you a Clan Wars battle for Team Cyberduck. I updated my background to the to the Cyberduck. As you can see, it's a little pixelated, but wanted to be repping my clan as we go into the last 5 days of Clan Wars here. So today I am about to play a battle against SinisterWind, a very good battler who's been coming up hard in the singles meta right now. We are going to play in the OU tier, normal singles Smogon OU rules. And today I am bringing a very interesting, mostly regenerator team to annoy and befuddle my opponents. But anyhow, I'm just going to jump into the battle. I'm going to try and do like 10 of these battles over the next couple days before the Season 2 of Clan Wars ends. So I really want to get as many in as possible. So we're just going to kind of go for it here. She's going to cancel the challenge. I'm going to issue her a new challenge here. And she should accept. Perfect. All right. Good luck. Have fun. All right, so she is packing the Regieleki, the Melmetal. Oh, this is going to be a really difficult team to deal with. Regieleki, Melmetal, Hydreigon, Volcanion. We've got the Nidoqueen and her own Tornadus Therian. So normally I would lead with my own Torn. We have no fire-type Pokemon, but we do have some special attackers, which is really nice for that Melmetal. I think Swampert is probably the lead here, as she does decide to lead with the Regieleki, so that's perfect. What I'm going to do is just go for my Stealth Rocks here. This Pokemon is super instrumental to what I want to do. So what I'm going to do now is, I think, just go for the flip turn. As my opponent does decide to go into the Nidoqueen, so we do a little bit of damage with the flip turn there. So here my options are pretty limited. I think Tornadus is the obvious play. They are rocking the Black Sludge. I'm just going to be going for a U-turn here to predict their Ice Beam. And if they do go for the Ice Beam, I'm going to try to bring in my Toxapex here. Goes for the Ice Beam, not going to lose a ton of HP. Here, the Scald is probably the best play. And I am going to click the Scald as they probably will prompt the Earth Power. That would be my guess, would be the Earth Power here. It is Black Sludge, so I don't think that a Black Sludge Sheer Force Earth Power will be able to take me out by any means. And the Scald hits everything except for the Volcanion. Decides to go into that Volcanion. Very good selection on their part. Here I'm going to go for the Toxic. They can go for the Earth Power if they want to. But the Toxic is going to be able to wear them down over time. I brought this team because it's really very much my style. I like to play the defensive and predict-oriented game, which will lose you a lot of games, to be honest, but it's just so much more fun this way. Decides to go for the Protect. That's going to fail. And it's so funny, right now someone in the chat is asking about regenerated mons. You gotta see this match. You gotta see this match if you like regen mons. How good are regenerated mons? I'm about to try and show everyone just how good regenerated mons are. Here I'm going to click the Earthquake. Decides to go out into Torrentee. Okay, so the flip turn would have been the better play there for sure. What we can do here is probably go out into the Toxapex. Yeah, I think we'll go into the Toxapex here as he decides to go for the defog. That's fine. Here, what I'm gonna do is... might have the knockoff. Probably does have the knockoff. I'm just gonna go for the Scald. So out comes the Melmetal. Okay. Yep, so we really don't like Melmetal. I want to scout for the Thunder Punch, so I'm gonna go into Swampert. Might have the Earthquake too, which is another problem. You know, I know I can take one of anything unless he's Choice Banded. And if he's Choice Banded, he's going to be in a bad situation. So I'm going to go for the Scald here. I do have speed. Come on, burn, burn, burn. No burn there. He goes for the Body Press. That's not going to do much. And I'm sorry if I'm saying he. I believe that Brooke is a female, obviously. And we do snag the burn there as he goes for the double Iron Bash. That's going to do nothing. Here, I am going to opt to go for... I am interested in switching out. Let's see. I do think the best switch is my Swampert right now. He does take the Body Press and double Iron Bash, easily burn. I can set up my Stealth Rocks again. I can hit literally everything on his team with the Swampert as well. He decides to go into the Hydreigon. Okay, cool. Just letting everyone know we're using 4 regen mons here. So the worry here is definitely going to be the Dragon Dance. So I'm just going to go out into Clef. Goes for the Dark Pulse, might be Spexed. It's a pretty common set, of course. Here I would predict something like the Melmetal or the Nidoqueen to come in. Perhaps even the Regieleki. Let's see, Nidoqueen, Melmetal. I think Swampert is the switch there. Decides to go for the U-turn. Okay, very good play on their part. Alright, so out comes the Volcanion. You would have to imagine it would go for the, probably the Steam Eruption here would be the play. I want to see how good my Toxapex does take the Steam Eruption. Okay, so we take the Steam Eruption easily, but we do get burnt, unfortunately. So here I am going to go for the Toxic, hoping that they will stay in and go for something like an Earth Power, or perhaps switch out into the Regieleki. Okay. That is an awesome play for sure, but I think we can just go straight out into our own Swampert, regenerate. Decides to go for the Thunderbolt. Here we are going for the Flip Turn. I want to hit the Earthquake, actually. If the Tornadus is back at 100%, I might actually consider going for the Ice Beam here, as he does go out into Hydreigon, so this Ice Beam is going to do a little bit of damage. And we reveal the leftovers. Okay, perfect. So then I think the move is... Clefable's the obvious play for sure. We're going to keep making that play time and time again. It might have the Flash Cannon, but I would highly doubt it at this point. We've seen U-turn, we've seen Dark Pulse. Does it have a setup move? It goes for another Dark Pulse, okay. Here I think we can toss a Wish, would be pretty beneficial. Goes for the U-turn itself. And we see the Melmetal come out, alrighty. And this is an easy switch. Actually, I think we do have some options here. We did not get the Rocks up. I would really like to get my Rocks back up. I think Swampert would be the play here as he goes for the double Iron Bash. Yeah, let's get our Stealth Rocks back up here, guys. Pretty intense match so far. Really hoping to whittle this team down over time. That's what this team is meant to do. Whittle the opponent down and regenerate. Goes for the Ice Punch. That's going to do close to nothing. Here... I do almost want to go with the flip turn, but yeah, let's go with the flip turn. Okay, Volcanion comes in. That's problematic. Here, I think what we will go for is the Earthquake. Yes, he can go for the Steam Eruption. Might be the Assault Vest variant. We're not really... Oh, wait. Actually, we know for sure that he's Heavy Duty Boots. Yeah. Oh, no. He Water Absorbed. Okay. Earthquake is probably the play here. We could also go into Toxapex. Let's go for the Earthquake. Oh, he misses... Or they miss their Steam Eruption. And we are able to Earthquake pretty freely there. And now I can go out into my Toxapex. And maybe they'll make a prediction here. Decide to go for the Steam Eruption. That's a critical hit, so that's kind of cool for them. They are rocking the Steam Eruption still. What do I want to do? Don't really want my Tangrowth getting burnt, honestly. I mean, I do have the Heal Bell with Clefable. I think what I'll do here is probably just click the Recover. As they do decide to go into the Hydreigon. Here I'm going to click the Toxic. Hoping they decide to stay in. If they want to U-turn, that's fine too. They probably will U-turn. But in the end, their Hydreigon is just going to continue taking chip if they decide to U-turn it out and not let it catch the leftovers recovery. So I'm going to kind of just take a peek here while I feel like I have a breath. Yeah, please don't flinch. Okay, I do flinch. That's unfortunate. Not the end of the world, though. I'm just going to click Recover again. Get the Recover off there. That's nice. Now we can go for the Toxic. Hoping that they stay in. They do stay in. Get our Toxic off. Beautiful. Once more, we're going to click the Recover. If they switch, we get a free Recover. Oh my gosh, we lived on one. That was awesome. Definitely, definitely a scary roll there. 49.2 on the Earth Power. He's going for Earth Power and Dark Pulse. Don't really want to take two of those with anything I have, to be quite frank. But the Toxic is going to start racking up. I think what I'll do is go out into Tangrowth to soak one of whatever. As he does go, they do go for the Earthquake. Perfect. And then here I think... just back into Toxapex, I think is the play. Yep. As they go back into their Volcanion. Here, I'm going to go for the Toxic. As Brooke does decide to go for the Steam Eruption, I will get my Toxic off. And I can only assume another Steam Eruption is coming my way. How much did that do? 32 with a critical hit. I'm going to click Recover. And we will recover that damage off pretty easily. I haven't revealed my block yet, and I'm not really sure that I want to do that. Here, I think I am going to go for the Scald as they decide to switch. Yep, perfect. God, I'm pretty good sometimes, guys. I got to admit. I impress even myself sometimes. And here we can go out into Swampert, get our Regenerator back. And that should spell the end of Regieleki. Alright, so Regieleki goes down to its toxic damage. Oh, my heart is actually thumping, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this battle so far. It's gone longer than I expected, but no big deal. We're having a good time. Trying to bring a W to Cyberducks and Clan Wars. My record is not that great this season, but I've been diverted by lots of other side ventures, such as Draft League and starting up doing some podcast stuff now. Hopefully you guys have heard me on the Wandering Legends podcast. I will be back, if not this week, next week, to talk at you some more about Pokemon, which is really my passion and what I love doing, so. Hopefully you guys are enjoying too. Brooke does not seem to be enjoying this battle. But oh well, I mean, you know. Like I said, this is kind of my favorite style, is to kind of frustrate and confuddle the opponent. As you can see, they're really running out of options now. Yep, Tornadus Therian has to come out now. And I say has to in a very literal way. So here I think I'm going to go for the Ice Beam. As they click the Hurricane, I'll get my Citrus Berry recovery back. Oh my gosh, crit freeze? Okay, that's bad. I gotta apologize for that. That is not fair. She must be having like the worst day of her life, like I swear. I think she did end up losing a draft league battle earlier today. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't get the full detail on it yet, but anyhow, here I think I'm going to go for the Earthquake. Oh, they do Thaw. Goes for the knockoff. Does land a critical. Okay. Here I think we'll go for the Ice Beam again. Hoping for something like a Nidoqueen or a Hydreigon to switch in. So they do go for the Hurricane. I will be able to bring them down fairly low. And here I think my own Torn can come in. Soak up any hit that they might want to go for, like the Hurricane there. And here I'm going to click the U-turn. Finish them off, get my regen recovery back, and let's see here. I think Slowbro is a good play, but at the same time that Nidoqueen is a problem, but I'm wondering, can it take me out? I think Toxapex is probably my best bet right now, to be quite frank. Let's see. Nidoqueen has to come in here. I could not be less scared of Volcanion Melmetal. Hydreigon could come in, but at the same time, I think it's just going to get stalled out at this point. Plus I do have my Clefable. Okay, Hydreigon does come in. I have to say that I don't think that that is the right play at this point. If they decide to click the U-turn here, that could be an option. I'm burnt. Yeah, that's not really a big deal to me. I'm going to go for the recover. As my opponent clicks the Dark Pulse, I will recover. And then I'm going to go for the block here. If they decide to switch to Nidoqueen, good on them. So now my opponent is blocked in. And I can continue to recover up. They can click the U-turn, but they're just going to have to come back in and take Rocks and Toxic later. Decides to go for the Earth Power. I'm living that. And really, I don't think that Earth Power has any chance whatsoever of taking me out, barring a crit. Yeah. That last hit was a mega high roll, actually, so we can see we are just going to be able to recover stall my opponent out here. I think they will fall this turn. Yep. Okay, perfect. So we do see the Hydreigon drop that turn. I'm really hoping to bring Honor to Clan Cyberduck here, guys. It looks like it's looking good. I don't see setup sweeping being a problem in terms of my opponent's remaining Mons. In fact, I don't think they brought a setup sweeper. My only setup sweeper actually is the Clefable. So I don't think, I think setup sweeping has kind of gone down the drain a bit this iteration of the metagame. I think you're seeing a lot of hyper-offensive breakers and pivot mons with a lot of good defensive checks to counter them. Here, so we've seen body press, double iron bash, ice punch. Ice punch. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do now is try and go into slow bro to finish the game off. Decides to go for the EQ, that's fine. So what I'm gonna do here is click the future sight. I assume my opponent will click the EQ again. If not, that's fine too. This is a really good late game win condition to slow bro with the trick room. I don't know, do I? I don't outslow this Melmetal if it's min speed, which it probably is. But that's fine. That's kind of why I decided to launch off this future sight ahead of time before setting the trick room. They have nothing left to be immune to it or even resist it besides the Melmetal, and I can KO the Melmetal with Flamethrower right now. They decide to click the double iron bash, do end up getting a crit, do end up getting the flinch. Wow. So that is pretty lucky. However, I can go out to Toxapex and lather, rinse, repeat this situation if I really have to. I am going to try and maintain the 6-0. Sorry to Brooke, but I want this to be a convincing victory, you know? And let's see, they don't decide to switch. They go for another double iron bash. And here I am gonna go back on out into the slow bro, which will take the double iron bash, get the recovery. Oh, okay, no problem. So at this point now, I think I am still gonna set the future sight. As they go for the double iron bash, I will set the future sight. And let's see. Here, I want to go out into Swampert, but that's not the right play. Tangrowth is the correct play, I think. 15, yeah, I am too low to take another double iron bash. Actually, Toxapex is an option as well. Right? Yeah. Let's just go out into Toxapex. Decides to go for the EQ. And here I am going to go out into the Tornadus. Soak anything he wants to go for. He is burned, and I can outspeed the next opponent that wants to come in. Goes for the Earthquake. Gonna drop to the burn there. Perfect. And let's see. What will be coming in to replace yonder Melmetal? Let me know what you guys think about this team. I'm excited to bring you some more Clan Wars battles. It might be a little more slow going than I expected, unfortunately, but I do want to finish up this season strong, and I think that this victory could be a good first step to doing that. Again, this is a black sludge set, so we know we can air slash it. Maybe flinch it? Oh, nice flinch. We did definitely have the hacks in our favor today, guys. So, you definitely hate to see that. But go give Brooke, a.k.a. SinisterWind, some love. She definitely deserves it. She's a very good battler. I'm going to click the U-turn here. I'm not going to sacrifice my 6-0 just because of a air slash miss. Not expecting a, actually, you know what? It's got the black sludge. Do we even care? How much did that ice beam do? It did a lot. Yeah, I do want to maintain the 6-0 if possible. Out into Toxapex, takes the ice beam. Here we will just go for the Scald. Yeah, let's just go for the Scald here. I think my opponent is probably going to be settled. Yeah, they're settling here. They're going for the EP. That's their strongest attack, and it doesn't KO me. So here, how much is the EP? Okay, 44. Yep, I can recover up as they Black Sludge. Here I'm going to go for the Scald. They can switch in their Volcanion if they want to at this point, but the point is basically moot here, as they have 22% HP remaining. So we will take out the Nidoqueen with a Scald. And it is looking like an unfortunate loss for my opponent, and this battle will actually only be bringing me up to 5-5 in the Clan Wars, which is a surprisingly low bar for myself, to be honest, but I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm not going to, you know, wallow in pity or anything like that. I think that I kind of lost myself in the middle of the season, to be honest. I think the drive that I had to really be creative and just also torment my opponents, it kind of disappeared, but I'm back now. My opponent's going for Steam Eruptions. I think I can go out into... Don't really want to even let them KO one of my Pokemon, honestly, but... Let's go... I think Torn can take one. And then I think that they went for Sludge Wave, okay. I think Toxapex can probably take one of anything, and that should finish off the game. I'm going to send them a GG. I'm not even going to, I mean, you know, I don't want to offend anyone. Good game to you, Brooke. I had a good time. And I hope to battle you again soon, probably next season in the Clan Wars. But in the meantime, this has been another Poketechnician video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed. And until our next clan battle... Oh, also I have a DLC match coming up tomorrow. But I will be clan battling hopefully tomorrow as well. But either way, whatever you guys watch, I'm just hoping you guys are enjoying the content. Peace out. I'll catch you around. And have a good night, Pokefans.